spent a number of summers in Maine with my grandparents up in Freeport. My grandmother actually worked at LL Bean before Ralph Lauren discovered it. And it was just LL Bean then. They had a little farm right near Freeport, and it was great. We had horses and goats, and they grew peas and corn and everything. It was a small farm, but for a kid it was just a paradise. My brother and I would go up there, and we would play around. My brother would try, the usual stuff, burn the farm down, burn the barn down. Almost did. It's fun. We do things like climb up to the hayloft. And I was 4 and he was 5, and he'd say, and we're about 20 feet up on the hayloft, and you jump into the hay down below, and he'd say, "Shut your eyes and do it." So I did. And it took my uncle about 5 or 6 minutes to sort of wrench my neck back into place. And I just landed and said, "Oh my God." He also gave me my first cigarette at 6. That's why I never smoked again. Thank you so much, Doug. Anyway, I actually did this haying. And it wasn't work for kids. It was great. Haying is hard work, but not for kids. They don't know any better. And David Mallet wrote a song called The Haying Song, about haying in Maine. When the raspberries burst from the woodbine, and the summer lies close to the ground, when the porch is the fit place for young boys to sleep, the brook in the holler dies down, and the straw hats and wagons and horses, like young Tim and tired old Dan, well, we head for the field to the creak of the wheel, with a pitchfork that blisters your hand. And you have to make hay when the sun shines. That's what all of the hill people say. Keep your load wide, keep an eye on the sky. Make sure it's dry when you put it away. Hay, hay, hay. And I remember the chaff on the back of my neck, the cool at the edge of the trees, and you rest for a while, talk about the weather, you drink from the spring, you get mud on your knees. Hats and wagons and horses, like young Tim and tired old Dan, you head for the fields to the creak of the wheels, with the pitchfork that blisters your hand. And you have to make hay when the sun shines. That's what all of the hill people say. You just keep your load wide, keep an eye on the sky. Make sure it's dry when you put it away. Season of clover and killdeer, and the time when the earth does her best. It's when all men are strong and the work days are long. You know when to rise and you know when to rest. And in the cool of the evening I perch on the load, let the wagon winds blow through my hair, and count off the stars and talk to the moon. Sing to myself in the sweet summer air, hang on from the corners and duck from the branches. Sing to myself in the sweet summer air. And you have to make hay when the sun shines. That's what all the hill people say. You just keep your load wide, keep an eye on the sky. Make sure it's dry when you put it away. Hang on from the corners, duck from the branches. Make sure it's dry when you put it away.